Thank you. Good stuff, huh? It's good stuff. Happy for him.
Big time for long-term relationships.
I like how you put that together. That was clever. That was good, yeah. Oh, man.
So, Taylor, the last time we talked, you were pretty forthcoming and emotional about your desire to stay here. Now that contract's signed, you're back. How does it feel?
It's a blessing. Like I said before, I love this city, love this organization, love the guys in the locker room, all the coaches, everybody involved. So, it means the world to me that I get to stay here for this year on top of 2 more years. And, I'm excited to just get to work and make this the best season yet.
You've seen a lot of tough times in this organization over the years. What do you feel like, where do you feel like it is right now gives you some hope that things will be different?
Obviously I get the close relationship with the O-line room. I feel very confident in where we're at and where we're continue to go. I have the utmost faith in our entire offense, our entire defense, the coaching staff, what all the guys upstairs, Dan Morgan and them, what they've been able to bring together in the room. So, ultimately I'm just really fired up about just the whole organization from the top to bottom. I'm excited about it.
When and how did this all come together?
We've been working on it for a little while, but it's crazy how fast things move. I get off the phone with my agent saying we got it all together, and then I'm getting congratulations texts too before I could even call my mom. So it's just wild how fast it all goes down. It's such a great opportunity, and I'm just happy to be here. So happy.
That day we talked to you, like Brant Tillis was just by happenstance was talking to us afterwards and was kind of like, Hank, did you know that? He watched you and heard some of what you said, and I just wondered if you had talked to him at all about how that.
Yeah, we're talking, and obviously, they're just tremendous guys. Brant's a tremendous person, and I'm happy to be working here with him, and excited about our future together.
Congratulatory calls and texts came in before you could call your mom. Yeah. Was she the first call, and how did that go after? When did you get the news?
Yeah, they had some phone calls that I had to make, or they had to call me too, right? So I had to answer a few. But as soon as all settled down, that was definitely the first phone call I made because I knew she wouldn't be too happy if I had to make that phone call quick. So I had to get that out the way. He loved her to death, and like I said, I'm just glad I get to be down here with her and the rest of my family and get 2 more years on top of this one. So, it's a wonderful opportunity.
Was there, you say you guys have been working on this for a while, was there ever a thought maybe before camp or during camp that you didn't think it was going to get done?
Yeah, really just it trickles down to control what I control, right? Like I said last interview, if this was my last season here, it's going to be my best one. And that's all I could control is doing everything I can to help this be, like I said, the offensive units, offensive lines, the whole team's best year. However, I can fill that role along with it being my best season. And that's still the goal, right? That hasn't changed. I still want this to be, collectively our best season yet and do everything I can to help that happen.
I know they still have to fill out the practice squad. There's still waiver wires tomorrow. But when you look around the room that's currently there, all 9 guys were here last year. That's extremely rare in the NFL. How important is that camaraderie and that consistency in that room to this unit?
Yeah, I think it's huge. It's a testament to everyone in the room for how everyone works and how we're all committed to that goal of being the best we can be and, playing, really good football day in, day out, week in, week out, and giving the whole team a chance. So, I'm loving it. I love all the guys in the room. And like I said before, I'm very excited to be working with them again this year and go back to work.
Where do you think you'll see the biggest benefit from that continuity?
Just, the chemistry, how quickly we can work, how quickly we communicate, how quickly we get on the same page with everything. I'd say it's the first thing that comes to mind. But, it's the NFL. It's crazy how, you see guys rotate in and out, and we all got a job to do, but it's something about knowing, I got Rob next to me, and, just the trust I have in him and the trust I believe he has in me, along with Corbs in the middle, directing it all, making all the mic points. So I love the group we have up front, and yeah, I feel like I know him more and more, especially going another year with him. So it's great.
A talk swirling around Adam and the Vikings. Have you had a chance to talk to him and just kind of see where his head is?
That's out my realm, right? Obviously I love Adam to death. So, but that's something I can't speak on. I can just speak on myself and helping this team.
NFL locker room like on cutdown day, and now that delicate balance between seeing guys go and knowing that from now these are the 53 men or the 52 other men that's going to be fighting with you every Sunday.
Obviously, it's a tough day, right? Preseason, you build those tight friendships and what have you, and you wish them the best of luck. But I take the opportunity to let the guys know, you don't take this opportunity for granted, right? Making a 53-man roster, it's special, and that means, I said, don't take it for granted. Come out here and work every day. With that in mind, right? With that respect that comes with that, respect that job you have. So that's something that I just wanted to let the guys know. Something that I feel, right? Like obviously I got a contract, but I don't take that for granted. I respect this game. I respect everyone from the top to bottom that works here. So that's how I feel about it every time I step on the field. I want to go out there and just put forth my best effort because you never know, right? So I think that's something that you just see a little bit when it gets down to the 53. Sad of a day as it is, but it is like, I make sure I congratulate as many guys as I can because it's something that's very hard to do, right?
The preseason's over, training camp's over. This third one that Bryce Young's gone through, what do you, are there any new enlightenments that you've seen from his game in this third year?
I love Bryce, a quarterback, seeing him continue to grow. He's a tremendous person, tremendous leader, tremendous man, right? Great quarterback and leader. So I'm excited to be working with him for another year, right?
You two have kind of that same one day at a time, being right in front of you vibe that you guys share. Have you seen him, as you've seen him develop, what have you learned about him in the last 3 years?
Just, I'd say that's the same thing about him from what I've seen, right? Just that mantra, just taking it one day at a time. That's, it's big into stoicism. Something I read up on. I don't know if he does, but you think he exemplifies that, and he's great at that. Just one snap clear, right? I think that's huge across the board. Whatever position you're in is, it's not always going to be perfect. But like if you have a bad play, go on to the next one. Bad game, go on to the next one. Whatever it is, you can't turn a bad play into a bad drive into a bad game, right? You got to learn how to go on to the next one. I think that carries on in life, right? Learning how to learn from your mistakes and go on and make sure that those mistakes don't happen again. Learn from them, but don't dwell on them. Because when you're on the field, you really don't have time to.
You still doing your cookovers or whatever you have for the line? Or?
We decided to switch it up. Sometimes it'll be at my house. Sometimes at one of the other guys, or we might go out to eat. So if you have any dinner recommendations around the city, I'd love to hear them. Pass them on to the guys. So
Would be nice since you got the new deal. You can.
Sex on me, huh?
I guess there was a photo on social media the other day of Rob Hunt's birthday, I think it was, all you guys there. Seemed like the whole offensive line was there. When, Jarrett got waived today and some of the rookies, how do you, as a leader and a guy who's been around the league, I know you said you've got empathy for all that stuff, but do you go out of your way to kind of encourage them throughout the week or anything?
We talk and, we wait to see who comes back for practice squad and what have you. But, I do believe a lot of those guys are still great football players because they're not here doesn't mean that they don't have an opportunity elsewhere. And it's something I tell them throughout preseason. It's a big thing around the league, right, is when you go out there for those preseason games, you're not just putting on a resume for this team, but for 31 other teams as well. So, whatever happens, make sure you're putting the best tape out there. And, you do that, you'll give yourself an opportunity, if not here, elsewhere. So that's something to let the guys know that don't make it.
You had another contract in you. This one goes to 27?
Yes, sir.
You good there?
It's one of those taking it one game at a time, huh? We'll see what happens.
At a time.
1 year at a time, right? We'll see what happens where my body's at. But like I said before, if my body's feeling great, tell myself it feels like a rookie again, feeling springy. I can still move around like I could my rookie year. And, as long as that's happening, we'll see what happens, right? What's been the secret? I'll say nutrition. For any young guys coming in, listening, I think that nutrition is something that's huge, right? I try to stay away from the extra greasy double cheeseburgers and the fries. Now, I don't have that as much in my diet. So eating cleaner, making sure I get my sleep, making sure that you eliminate as much stress as you can outside of football, right? Because football is stressful enough, and you learn that all the other stresses that outside of work, they'll wear on you, and they'll wear on your body along with your mind, right? So stuff like that, along with just getting with our tremendous athletic training room and the strength staff, getting with them about a good rehab recovery plan that's kind of fine-tuned to what I need. So just extra reps in the weight room or extra reps in the training room of little things I need, along with getting in the boots or the tubs or what have you. And a lot of it just is finding your routine and not getting bored with that process, right? Especially as this marathon of a season goes on, 17 plus games. It's like, you got to catch yourself not getting bored with the routine. Something I think that especially as a younger player you can do, and you might get complacent, your body's feeling good, and then that's where you have to reset, right? And a lot of that is to my point I made earlier about not taking being in the NFL or like a 53-man roster, not taking it for granted, and remembering that, so that way you never get bored with the process.
Who is the weirdest food taste or choices when you go out?
Weirdest? I don't know if there's a weirdest, but he's Nigerian, so we have some Nigerian food at his place. It's very good. It's different. I would love to try it again, like goat. Never had goat before, but I am a big fan, so that's pretty good food. I mean, when you're 300 pounds plus, there's not a lot of being picky. In my opinion, I don't see a lot of pickiness, really.
Get cook for you one night.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm ready for the squirrel yet. We'll see. We'll see.
Did you say that you were reading up on Stoicism? Is that what behind that?
I learned that really in college. My college coach, he was big into, letting go of the past, learning from the past, staying in the present, and not like over focusing on the future, just being in the present. And from there, there's a couple good books on that, and just reading up on it and just practicing that. And then once you realize that works, it's like, you just keep your head down, stay in the process, and when the season's over, you look up and that's how that all works. So it's been something that's helped me through a lot of tough times, in college and in the league, and when things aren't always going my way, just being able to reset, learn, figure out like why that didn't work. Okay, I can fix that. Cool. And if you can't fix it, then there's nothing really to do about it, right? At that point, it's out of your control. So why worry about it? So just be fanatic about the things you can control, and learn from those things, and get better. And in this profession, you got to work to perfect them.
Or was it more of a life?
I think football was really resonated more than anywhere. But then I could see it trickling into other spaces in my life from there. So like I said, that's why I kind of learned it's more of a big life lesson than just football. No problem, guys. Thank you, guys. It means a lot. I appreciate it.
Real good. Oh, he's awesome. He's starting to giggle now, so it's a lot of fun in the house.
Who made him laugh first?
It was my wife. If anyone else asked, I did, but
How are you feeling? I mean, it seems like you were running quite a bit during training camp, but like from a physicality standpoint, how are you feeling?
I feel really good. The thing is, training staff here took really good care of me. We had a good plan in place, and so I'm really glad to be back at football and feel like I know myself again.
Do you feel like 2 weeks is enough to get back to where you want to be physically to play?
I think we take it day by day. You know, that's what the doctor said, and so taking it day by day and trying my best to be my best every day, and we'll see when it comes. Hopefully I can, but we'll see.
What have you seen from James Mitchell and Mitchell Evans, the Mitchells, so far now that they've been here?
They're awesome, man. Really, really good guys, really good football players. And the thing you can always expect out of them is they're going to do the right thing. And if they don't do it right one time, they're going to learn to correct it. So I love that about football players. I think that's hard to find in certain guys, is people who can correct their mistakes and become even better from it.
I mean, we've heard you in the past talk about having back issues. Was this something that just was kind of continuing to bother you, and how optimistic are you that this will, take care of it moving forward?
I'm pretty optimistic. I mean, this was kind of the end-all be-all to kind of clear it out, get rid of it. And, after dealing with it for almost a year plus, it's nice to know that I can just play football and be me again without having that kind of weigh me down.
Say what was involved? Was it?
I'd have to ask the doctor specifically on that one, but it was something simple, not super invasive, anything like that, a routine thing, and something that healing is pretty, for what it would be of surgery, it's a pretty fast healing process.
Caused it?
I think it was honestly just football. Football's 100% injury rate, and it was something that just kept lingering around. And so luckily we caught it in OTAs and just got it wrapped up with.
I mean, this is, I think, the fifth year that you've had to deal with the cut down deadline, Bryce Pierre, some of those other guys leave the room. What type of advice do you give them as a veteran? I know you've never been cut, but the advice of kind of sticking in the NFL.
I think the hard part with kind of these days, and especially being a player that gets cut, is persevering through that. And I think that's the hardest thing to kind of wrap your mind around. But I think that's the one thing that triumphs everything in this league, is if you work every day, like, hey, I'm the number one tight end in the league. Even if I get cut or if I'm not even on a roster, that's when you get called up, your moment comes, you're able to show out and be the guy that you think you are.
What do you think about Jatavian in your absence, why he's coming and taking over, the leadership role for you?
He's done amazing, man. I love JT. He's a good kid and a really good football player. And seeing him do what he's done, he's done it for almost 2 years in a row. Camp, taking every rep, and he's took it like a trooper, man. I love JT. He's a really good football player, too.
It seems like with his body transformation and his kind of evolution as a blocker that you have 4 guys that you can line up at both spots in 12. How much better does that make the offense and the way you guys rotate in?
I think it helps everyone out. I mean, it gives everyone an opportunity to showcase their skills, and I think it's awesome having multiple tight ends that can do multiple jobs. That's the best thing about being tight end. You don't just block, you just don't catch, you do both. And so when you can do both well, I think it excels the group.
A big believer in Bryce from the beginning. What are you seeing now that you haven't seen before?
Man, I still see the same guy that came in here, was balling from day one. People didn't have that belief in him, but now everyone sees that. And I think it's fun seeing him just play balls to the wall and make plays every day, talk smack, do his thing. It's amazing to see him play free. And like you guys saw at the end of the season, all camp, just play really good football.
Tommy, what was it like having to work out on the sideline while the rest of the team was going through drills and all these things?
It's tough because you get that football bug where you just want to be out there. You want to try to run the plays, make a play, do all this stuff. So it's kind of pulls at your heartstrings a little bit because people are like, oh, you missed camp. That's the hardest part. Like, aren't you happy you did? No, because, like, I love this stuff. You know what I mean? So that was really tough kind of being on the side. But I think trying to work as hard as I could on the side so I can't even focus on that made up for me just not feeling like I could play football.
Were you able to run full speed and do all those things?
Honestly, I think about, 2 to 3 months after I got the surgery. So it was relatively fast, faster than I thought it would be. And it felt good, felt nice to be able to run, not feel anything. So it was a relatively quick turnaround.
You had a chance to talk to Adam, and how confident are you that he's going to be here week 1?
I haven't talked to him yet. You guys would probably have to talk to him about that. But we love Adam here, man. And so you'd have to talk to him about that.
Jordan's gone. Who's like the elder? I mean, you obviously the most experienced guy, but who steps up as kind of the elder statesman in that position room amongst the receivers, just in general? Who's taking on that role, like along with David and Adam?
I think that really this group, the fun thing about it is everyone has their role, and when one of us, even an older guy, isn't feeling it, the younger guys always step up and be like, hey, let's get on our stuff. Let's get working. If you don't get this right, let's work for it after practice. So I think everyone collectively, both in tight end room and the receiver room, are working towards being their best, and that's what I love about the groups.
The mano-a-mano drill with the wrestling ball, what is that part of rehab, or is that just to see who can win?
A little bit of both, but, I won every time, so it was fun.
Tommy, looking big picture, how has fatherhood just changed your perspective on everything and approach to the game?
It's awesome, man. Like, people always say it's life-changing, and when I first had the kid, I was like, oh, like, it's pretty easy. He just kind of sits there. He's like a potato all day. But then, like I said, now that he's giggling, he's laughing, he's trying to talk back, just making words and all that stuff, it's, like, really, really fun to be with him. And my wife's a trooper. She's dealing with him 24/7 when I'm at work. And so, like, I love her to death because I know, even I get a little, like, after an hour or two, I'm like, take him back. I don't know what to do with this. But it's really, really fun. I love having him at the house.
What do you mean by Bryce playing free?
I guess how he's always been as a player. He's a playmaker, and you guys can kind of see that with how he can extend plays, how he can make those throws that you don't think are really possible. And so he's been doing it since really day one, but seeing it in game, seeing it for everyone else to see, that's why I've always been a big Bryce believer, because I've seen it since day one he's got here.
Was he not able to play free early because of the system, because of the pressure, or what?
I would say just really it's getting used to football. I mean, I wouldn't say it's anything with the system or anything like that. It's just everyone getting used to playing with different players, different schemes, all that stuff. And I think, especially when he got comfortable, oh, man, he was letting it rip.
I know we've talked before about, maybe previous staffs didn't emphasize the receiving part of the tight end position early in your career. How much do you think you've grown from the receiving element?
It's fun to play tight end more now, knowing how do I say this? It's a lot more fun when the whole staff, everyone is collectively trying to get the tight end the ball, and having that confidence in our entire group is really nice, especially going into a week knowing, hey, we're getting these kind of routes, this kind of concepts. Like, it's really fun to go into a week going in there and knowing that, like, in the game, it's going to happen. So I'm really excited for this year.
Did JT's arrival challenge you in some ways?
I would say I think, this league is always trying to be your best, and someone's always gunning to be their best. And I'd say it doesn't challenge anything. It just makes everyone in that room better. So I wouldn't say anything like that. Appreciate y'all.